Hi, it's Patrick with E38. Today I'm going to show you some of the new features that have come out in the last few weeks for Emlid Flow and Emlid Flow 360. So let's start with Rover position streaming. It's pretty straightforward as far as what's happening here is the workspace owner will go um, has full control over this. They'll just have to go into settings in Emlid Flow 360 and under workspace settings, we'll have share rover location. Enabling that will then show us who in our workspace is in what project and where they are roughly in real time. So if we go back to our open project, you can see we have me as a rover um, in this project. And on the Emlid Flow app side, you'll see, so I'm just using the virtual reach here for demonstration purposes. And you'll see this little icon up here in the top left corner, this little location arrow. That's our first indication that our location is being shared. And then secondly, you'll see this message under your coordinates and precision that your rover location is being shared with the workspace owner. So that's the first of the new features. If we go back to what's new. Okay, exporting project photos together with the survey data. So another requested feature, kind of took a second to come live since the dawn of being able to attach reference photos to our survey points. Here, let's go into our rover again. So yeah, we're collecting our point, and we're attaching a photo. Again, this is virtual reach, so this is just on my desk. I will take that and use it. And when we save our point, that's attached to point 13 now. So just like before, we're able to see that photo attached with the point. But now, not only can we see that in Flow 360, we can export it now too. So that'll be attached with a CSV export. You'll notice like DXF and the other file types aren't going to work with the photos. But again, it's just a checkbox. So if we want to export photos with it, we'll just check that box, export, and it'll package this in a zip file. So it'll have the point name, excuse me, I'll have the point name and the reference photo along with our CSV export. And then finally, as you can see, there's already some color-coded lines and points here. Long-awaited feature for Emlid Flow and Emlid Flow 360 is the ability to color code our different codes. So in this project, I'm just using Emlid Flow's their code library. I believe there's 100 different codes in there. Some of them are colored, some of them are just black, and you'll be able to tell the difference in the actual code list. So if we open our code libraries, in the Emlid library, which is what this project's using, you'll be able to glance at all the different codes they have in here, their associated colors, if applicable, as well as attributes. So you can use this pre-populated list from Emlid. It's pretty robust, but you may want to customize one yourself. So to do so with attributes and colors, right now you'd have to do it in Flow 360. Not an issue. But if you're in the field and you want to create a new code, you can, but you won't be able to color code it. So if we hop into our custom library, we do have the option to import a CSV. They list all the requirements here. There's an example you can download and kind of check out the formatting they're expecting for an import. But if you want to build one from scratch, we can hit new, create our new code. So we have the option of a pointer line. We can, if we have a hex code, we can plug it in right here if we have a really specific color palette we want to work with, or we can just kind of dial it in right from the color picker here. So yeah, we'll name our code. We can add a description or attributes. And these attributes can either be text, number, integer, or we can create a list to pick from. And we can customize that to our needs. And if we go to the app, we can add our new point and select our code. And you'll see in the code list either the one you've created yourself or in Emlid's code library, we'll have our different colors kind of visible along with the type of code it is, whether it's a pointer or a line. And then you'll also see additional attributes. So for example, this cable line has 3 attributes. We can hit the little drop down arrow. It'll tell, these are fields we can populate with the point for more descriptive code. So just a little bit more robust code library, as well as the ability to customize your own code library and really delineate between your different features. So yeah, there's just a quick run through of some of the features available and what that looks like between the app and the web app. So thanks for watching, and let us know if you like this format, and we'll try to get more updates out to you sooner.